Yo, it's that smack 'em in the face, Wayne6578. And today I will show you how to set up defense in Madden 21. I will show you how to adjust your roster and what player ratings you should look at to put your best players out on the field. I will break down each position and show you how to set up my defensive rosters and the qualities I look for in order to get the best players out on the field and who should be starting over who. I run mostly 3-4 defense, but this method can be used in mostly any defensive formation. I'm using the Chicago Bears in this video. Let's first take a look at the nose tackle, or if you're running a 4-3, the defensive tackles. Now, when you're looking at the defensive tackle, like I said, I run the 3-4. Okay, if you're running a 4-3, you have 2 defensive tackles. Okay, the job of this person is to clog up the middle. You know, help on run support, up the middle, up the gut, occupy 2 people, sometimes 3, get a double team. He's to clog up the hole. Okay, so the qualities you want this guy to have, the most important quality you want him to have is you want him to weigh a lot. This person should be your heaviest player on your team. Next, it should be your strongest player on your team. The other quality that is really good is for him to have good power moves. So as you look right here, Hakeem Hicks, he weighs a whopping 352 pounds. That is a big boy. Okay. Also, he is the strongest person in this position on my team. So he's the strongest person probably on the team with a 95 strength. Okay. Next, let's look at his power moves. These are the only qualities you look at for this nose tackle or your number 1 D tackle. Okay. He has decent hit power too, but he has 90 power moves. Okay. Now, how you gonna set this defense up is after you do that for that player, you get that player up there, you'll put your next best player that meets those qualities in the next spot. So number 2, we have Eddie Goldman. He weighs 318 pounds. His strength is 92. Only 3 less than Mr. Hakeem Hicks. Next, we have John Jenkins. His strength is 92. As you look right here, their power moves are not as good as Hicks, but we're going to go to the next one up. So 79 and then 74. So our 3 nose tackles or defensive tackles are Hakeem Hicks, Eddie Goldman, and John Jenkins. Make sure you look at strength, weight, and power moves for your number 1, 2, 3 D tackles. Next, let's look at defensive ends. We'll look at the left defensive end first, and then the right defensive end. Okay, for defensive ends, when you're setting this position, you want to have decent height, good finesse moves, great awareness, and play rec. Okay, I do also like speed. Speed is going to be in every position on defense. If you have a person that is fast and meets these qualities, put him in there. Believe me, you will benefit so much. So we're going to look at who has decent height, finesse moves, awareness, and play rec. Okay, now I am using the Bears. So I have Khalil Mack. He can really possibly play any position on the defense and dominate. But we'll just look at his speed is 86, which is decent, really decent for a defensive end. And then we're going to look at his height. He's 6'3". That's pretty good. I would like him to be a little bit taller because your defensive ends, they're going to get those hands up and bat those balls down. Okay, if you have a really tall person and you can't get to that quarterback, if he's tall enough and he has good awareness and play rec, he'll bat those balls down. You notice in Madden, every once in a while you get a ball batted down. Believe me, that person has decent awareness, good play rec, and he has height. Okay, The other qualities we look for, again, are finesse moves. So we're going to look at his finesse moves. Okay. Now his finesse moves is an outstanding whopping 90. Great. He has 93 power moves also. He's a great candidate. You guys are not all going to have this type of player on your team, but you make sure you put the best person there. Okay. Following up after him, we have Brent Urban and then Hakeem Hicks. Now for the right end, you do the same thing. Okay. You put in the person that meets these qualities the best. Okay. Speed is only 80. He should be faster, but we're going to deal with that. And then his finesse moves. And when you have a decent finesse moves and those quarterbacks and those running backs get out of the pocket, these guys will spin off, or those running backs, they come out on a toss or any type of stretch. They can get off that block and they can get back there and tackle that running back. So you want good finesse moves, speed of course, okay, and you want decent block shed. So strength and block shed are also other things, qualities I look for here. So finesse moves, good awareness, good play rec, of course speed, block shed, and strength. So that's how I set up my defensive ends. Okay, and as you see right here on the Bears, I took the linebackers and I put linebackers in those positions because for me in the 3-4 it works better, and I have more block sheds and I do better by putting linebackers there. They're both of these guys have decent speed, and of course Khalil Mack is gonna do better for me rushing the quarterback and tackling running backs than going out into coverage. So that's how I set my defense up for the left end. For the right end, I have Robert Quinn, Robinson Harris, and Brent Urban. Next, let's look at the outside linebackers. Okay. Now, for the linebackers, you want speed, of course, and acceleration, good play rec, good awareness, good block shed, and decent power moves. Extras are if you can get good agility and pursuit. Okay. Now, the linebackers, your outside linebackers, you want all to at least be at 85 and up speed. The closest you can get to that is going to be the best. So we're looking at 85 speed for these guys right here. All three of these guys are 85 speed. As far as the other qualities I listed, as far as good play rec and awareness and power moves, Mingo is the best at this position. Okay, he has decent height also. Okay, so I put him at number 1, Joel at number 2, and then Josh at number 3. And if you go to the right outside linebackers, I have Joel starting. He's 85 speed. He meets the most qualities I like. And then we have Mingo, and then we have Woods. Okay, moving on to those middle linebackers. Okay, the second most important position on defense. The number 1 position on defense is your nose tackle. Second is your middle linebackers. Third is your cornerbacks. Okay, for this position, you want to look at these qualities: good awareness, good play rec, decent speed and acceleration, good tackling. Okay, now that's for the middle linebacker 1. Middle linebacker 2 is a really important position. Okay, you want good pursuit, good strength, and I like to put the big hitter here. If you have a big hitter that meets pursuit, strength, and tackling and awareness and play rec, and he has good speed, as you see right here, this guy is a big hitter. If you have a big hitter, put him at your middle linebacker 2. Also, I have a video on kickoff. All these second positions are on kickoff. So if you put your big hitter at kickoff, you'll get those automatic hit sticks and you'll force fumbles. Put him at this position and he'll get automatic hit sticks and he'll force fumbles, guys. Okay, so we have Roquan Smith at our number 2, Danny Trevathan at number 1, then we have James Vaughters at number 3, and then we roll with Josh Woods at number 4. That's how I like to have my linebackers set up. Now let's take a look at these cornerbacks. Now, cornerbacks, the third most important position on defense, in my opinion. Okay? Cornerback number 2, this guy right here, you want to have good man or zone. I play a lot of zone, so I want him to have really good zone defense, the best he can get. I want him to be really fast, okay? Most cornerbacks, you want to get around 90 and up speed. If they are 89, like Jalen Johnson right here, he's only 89. That's good enough, okay? But you want 90 and above speed for your cornerbacks, okay? You want him also to have good awareness, so he can notice when that ball is coming. He can pick it off. Another thing that you want to look at for cornerbacks is they have good jumping ability and height, okay? Your quarterback number 2, you want to have decent hit power, okay? You want to have decent tackling because everyone on defense needs to tackle, but you don't want to have a cornerback out there that cannot tackle, okay? Unlike cornerback number 1, you want him to have really good hit power because he will be tackling the running back a lot. He will have a lot of opportunities to tackle running back and the tight end. So, but for cornerback number 1, you want great awareness, okay? You want strength and speed, and you want agility. And for all of these cornerbacks, usually for anyone in the secondary, you want decent jumping, okay? That's something that you need to look at. Jumping, Kyle Fuller's is 91, Johnson's is 88, Screens is 85, and then Vidor is 93. So that's how I like to set that up based upon those qualities, okay? Cornerback number 1, good speed, awareness, pursuit, tackling, strength, okay? Also decent catch, and cornerback number 1 needs to have decent block shed to get off those receivers and make those tackles when those running backs are running. Quarterback number 2, you want to have good awareness. If you're playing man, good man. If you're playing zone, good zone. You want him to have good jumping, play rec, height, and hit power, okay? Now, decent hit power. The way I have my cornerback set up, I have Kyle Fuller, Jalen Johnson, Buster Screen, and then Kendall Vidor. And I also have Duke Shelley. Okay, now moving on to the free safeties. Okay, for the free safeties, you want strength, speed, acceleration, awareness, play rec, pursuit, tackling, and good zone coverage. Unless you're playing a man defense, this is the actual person I use her a lot when I play. So regardless if it's man or zone, I'm going to be one controlling him. But if you're playing man defense, you want him to have good man defense. If you're playing zone defense, you want him to have good zone. I play mostly zone, so I want him to have good zone. Okay? But based on those qualities, I put Eddie Jackson right here. I put Sherrick McManus next, Tayshaun Gibson, and then I have Kyle Fuller rolling in there. Now, for the strong safety, you want good catching ability, okay? You want decent catch in traffic. A lot of people don't look at this quality for strong safety. Strong safety will be challenging a lot of passes. They go for a lot of passes, and you have to have decent catch in traffic. Of course, you want speed and acceleration, and you want good zone coverage if you play a lot of zone. If you want man, you definitely need to have good man coverage, okay? But this guy's also, if you have a decent tackler, if he has a hit power, if he's a big hitter, definitely put him in your lineup at number 1. Keep him in the game. You'll get a lot of forced fumbles, okay? Now, based upon good catching traffic, speed, acceleration, good zone coverage, and you want this guy to also be pretty strong, okay, and have decent tackling. Based on those qualities, I have Tayshaun Gibson, Deion Bush, and Vidor. Okay? That is my setup for the defense. I'll list the qualities and the attributes you want to have on each position in the description below, guys. But set your roster up like this, play a game or two, let me know if you notice a difference. I've been doing this for years, and it helps me win a lot of games just by adjusting my roster based upon the way I play. Now, if you do this, you will get good results. You will get a lot of block sheds. You will see things happen that you're not used to having happen. You don't want to just go into the game with the regular roster. Always go in and adjust that roster based on these qualities, and you will do fine. It's your boy Wayne6578. Yep, I'm outie, but I'll be back. Thanks for watching, guys. It's your boy Wayne6578. Subscribe to the channel and click that notification bell to be notified and join the Team Smack'em Nation. Let's go.